Okay. What were we doing? What are the mini games? Oh, so the mini games are just the things you unlock when you play. Okay. There are so many. Sleep is important. Make sure you're getting enough. Well, it's been a long day. I'm just about ready to pack it in. After a few bites of ice cream from the freezer, I turn off all the lights and walk down the hall to my room. I wonder if Amanda's still— that's the wrong mouse. I wonder if Amanda's still awake. That kid needs some sleep. As I pass the room, I can hear a faint sound, but can't quite make out what it is. I get a little closer. Is she crying? Might be doing something else. I knock gently on the— wait, how old is she? Hey, Amanda! The crying immediately stops. She wasn't crying. Not right now, Dad! Her voice sounds strained. She sniffles. I need to make sure she's okay. I wouldn't open the door, I'd leave her be. In the dark, I can see Amanda's outline in the middle of her bed, knees hugged up against her body. Is everything okay? I don't want to talk about it. Alright, I'll leave you be. I back out of the room and close the door gently behind me. She immediately starts crying again. Aww. Hey, Mel. Whoa, I have no idea what has her so upset. She seemed totally normal. I feel awful just leaving her to cry, but I also get the feeling that if I tried to do anything else, it would only have made her more upset. I can't stop mentally cycling through all sorts of awful things she could be dealing with right now. More than anything, I just want her to be happy and safe. I have a hard time falling asleep. When I finally do, I'm still thinking about Amanda. After a long night of very little sleep, I roll to bed and make myself a pot of coffee. Amanda should be up for school soon. Maybe she'll be willing to talk about whatever's bothering her. About 10 minutes before she's supposed to leave, Amanda comes out of her room and makes a beeline for the freezer. Morning, Amanda. Morning. Was that a voice I gave her? I can't remember. Drops a frozen waffle into the toaster and slams the freezer door. She won't look at me. Yikes. So, anything big going on at school today? No. Okay. Do you need a ride to school? No. Want some coffee? Amanda pulls the toaster lever up and takes a still freezer-burnt waffle out before it finishes cooking. I have to go. Amanda picks up her bag and storms out. Oh. Okay. I haven't seen her act like this in a long time. It's usually short-lived, but it always hurts. Hopefully this blows over and things are back to normal soon. I sit back at the kitchen table and look at a picture of Amanda and I hanging on a wall. In it, I'm teaching her to ride a bike. Her fakes is a mixture of excitement and pure unadulterated fear. I remember how determined she was. Why isn't the picture here? It should be here. Every time she would fall off and scrape her knees, she would get up and try again. Finally, I had to stop her because she was bleeding everywhere. Then she started to cry because she didn't think she needed bandages and wanted to keep trying. As I put the bike away, she just stood in the middle of the street and screamed. Then I took her for ice cream and it was like nothing had even happened. After giving it a bit of thought, I decided that if I forced her to talk about it, I'm only going to make things worse, but I have an idea. Oh, my chest is a bit wheezy for some reason. I start rummaging around for the ingredients. I hear Amanda walk in the door. Instead of heading for the kitchen like she usually does, she makes a beeline to her room. She's clearly trying to avoid me. Hey, Pumpkin! What? Can you come here for a sec? There's a moment of silence. Yeah. I wanted to say sorry about last night. I'm just worried about you, kiddo. I get scared when I know something's wrong, and I get even more scared when I feel like I can't do anything about it. Dad, So just, whatever it is, and you don't have to tell me if you don't want to, but whatever it is, just know that you have a dad in your corner who wants you to be happy. Honey, you know I'm bad with words, so I was hoping I could speak a language we both understand. I pull a cake out of the fridge and place it on the table. Hopefully the frosting is set by now. Ta-da! Dad! It took me a really long time because I ran out of red frosting somewhere around sad and had to start over and... This is beautiful! Ah, it's strawberry. It looks strawberry. Amanda gives me a big ol' hug. I grab some plates and forks and serve us up some delicious cake. So, it's really stupid. What is? This whole thing. I know I've been really weird lately, and there's just... I don't even know how to explain it. I feel like I might have to make you a chart. Is this anywhere near the voice I did give her? I'm listening. Do you want me to take notes? I guess I should start from the top. So you know how Emma R's going to that fancy art school in California, right? Emma R. The other one? I guess you're not technically wrong. It's good to have fallbacks like that one. Anyways, ever since she got that acceptance letter, I've been feeling like she's drifting away, you know? And she's been spending a lot more time with Grace and Emma P. I just thought it was all in my head for a while. But then I found out from Rosie M that both of the Emmas, Grace and Noah, all went to a party at Mackenzie F's on the same night. They all told me they were busy studying for the Calc AB final. What? So, another important piece of information is, God, this is embarrassing. I, have a crush on Noah, and, that's a thing. What? Whoa. I had every idea. I definitely didn't know that, okay? You're a bad liar. So are you. I learned from the worst.
Oh.
Anyway, so the only person I told about the crush was Emma R, and she promised not to tell anybody. I didn't confront them about the party thing because I didn't want to start drama, so I just keep quiet and keep going about my business. And then one day I invite everybody out to get nachos at the mall, and after not texting me back for like 2 hours, even though none of them ever put their phones down for more than 60 seconds, they all say they're busy, like simultaneously. So I tell them, never mind, I'll just eat nachos at home, right? But we were out of chips and I really, really wanted nachos. Totally understandable. So I go to the mall anyway. I get to the food court and who do I see there but Grace, Emma P, Emma R, and Noah all hanging out together and eating nachos without me. What? It gets better. I'm standing by the escalators watching them and I realise that Noah has his arm around Emma R, which is kind of weird, right? But then they kiss! No. Yes, I know. So I storm over there and I'm like, hey! And Grace drops a nacho on her shirt because of course she does and Emma R just like glares at me. Nothing's. I don't know who Grace is. Grace is the boring one. Well, yeah, but that's not the important part. Grace is the one nobody really likes, or I guess that's me now. But anyway, nobody will say anything. I'm just like, you guys suck, which I realize is not the most eloquent thing to say, but I was very angry and really embarrassed, and I just wanted to get out of there. So I left without nachos, might I add, which only further contributed to this shitty day, and immediately drafted a super long text to the group chat asking them why they've been so weird. And I wrote another one to Emma R, asking how long the Noah thing's been going on, and sorry, I know that's a lot. You still following? What did Emma R say? Okay, get a load of this. Emma R says, you know what? Let me just read it to you. Amanda pulls out her phone and reads, word for word, an arduously long string of text messages. Can you believe that? I can believe that. I care so much about Amanda's social life and mental well-being, but man, do I not understand what she's talking about. This is all beyond me, but I'm trying my hardest to be supportive. They were dating in secret for like months. So I told her that she's being a really terrible friend. She's like, well, if you think I'm so terrible, then just stop being my friend. And I was like, okay. And then she left me on red, and then... Wait, left me on red? What's that? Oh, like... She saw my message to reply, and I know because there are red receipts. Is that a red receipt or read receipt? I don't know what red receipts are, but I'm just going to nod and pretend I understand. Gotcha. So while this is all happening, I'm talking to Emma P about how mad I am because she's at least being kind of reasonable. And I'm venting to her about how pissed I am at everybody and stuff. And then out of nowhere, Noah texts me and it's like, how could you say that about me? And I'm like, say what about you? And he tells me that Emma P sent screenshots of everything I told her to the group chat that I got kicked out of. Alright, I think you lost me screenshots, but that definitely sounds bad.
Oh.
There's so much more, but honestly, it's all just really stupid teenager stuff. The bottom line is that everybody dropped me, half my grade hates me, and now I have no friends. Amanda, I'm so sorry. I almost expected it from everybody else, but Emma R's been there since Mom died. I can't believe she would just stab me in the back like that. I'm not even that mad she's dating Noah. I'm just upset that she lied to me about it for so long. Amanda stabs at the remnants of her kick. Okay, I take it back. I'm kind of mad she's dating Noah. Like, what did I do wrong? Why did everyone just suddenly decide I'm not cool anymore? Why wasn't I enough? I don't understand. And as mad as I am at everybody, like, I miss them, Dad. Amanda looks so dejected I almost can't take it. What could I possibly say to help? Anyways, that's it. That's the whole sordid tale. Thanks for listening. Tune in next week for more hot gossip. Whoa. I know it's pretty dumb. It's not dumb. No, it's a stupid thing to be upset over. Amanda, your feelings are real. Don't ever be mad at yourself for having feelings. I guess. Unless you've secretly been a robot who's been approximating human feelings this whole time. Dad, if I was a robot, I would have transformed into a monster truck a long, long time ago. But seriously, I know you probably don't want advice, but I feel like it's my duty as a dad to bestow upon a few nuggets of fatherly wisdom. High school sucks. You make friends with people just because they're there. When you're still living in your hometown, there's a pretty small pool of people to choose from. But once you go to college, and once you get out into the real world, you're going to be exposed to all sorts of people, and it's going to be easier to make friends with people who really get you. Some of those friendships can last a lifetime. I mean, look at me and Craig. And some of them only last a little while, and that's okay too. You're going to make so many awesome new friends at art school. Ultimately, I think this says way more about their character than it does about yours, because you're amazing. And if they can't see that, well, that's their problem. I'll keep that in mind. I looked down at the table. Did we just eat the entire fucking cake? Yes, we did. Just eat the entire whole cake. Well, good talk. Amanda gets up to go to her room. Before she closes the door, she turns around. Hey, Pops. Yep. Thank you. You are always welcome. See, I'm the best dad.
You, Dad.
I am the best dad. No wonder all the dads want to bum me.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Oh, fucking Craig again. Hey, buddy, I have a favor to ask. Robert invited me over for dinner, and I know it's kind of a faux pas to invite another bro, but I've known the guy for years and I still can't get good reading him. And I know it's gonna be super awkward if I go by myself. Will you please come with me? Egg, 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 cry, nervous. I love food. I especially love food that's free. And I don't know why you're so sweaty over cooking, but sure. Yeah, dude, I'm down. Thank you. I really hope that's a sweat of relief. You get this part as well? That doesn't sound too bad. I could definitely go for free food, but why is Craig so apprehensive? Does he know something about Robert that I don't? It's probably the drugs. I hurry up and reply before my dad brain can work itself into a paranoia spiral. Yeah, dude, I'm down. Thank you. Craig's waiting on my porch, bottle of wine in hand. Cactus, Paul, am I glad to see you. Likewise, man. Class of you to bring wine. Ah, it's not wine. It's sparkling apple cider. Robert literally has a wine cellar, so I think he's good. Whoa. Or at least I think he has a wine cellar. I'm genuinely unsure if he's telling the truth or not. I can never tell with him. Thank God it's not just me. I never know. He's so deadpan about everything. I usually just laugh it off, but man, that guy's an enigma. We start walking over to Robert's house. Does Robert even know how to cook? I have sincere... No, that's me. Does Robert even know how to cook? I have sincere doubts about whether he knows how to share properly. Or iron his shirts. I feel like you learn to cook after you learn those two first. Hey. One time I saw him grab a hot dog from a trash can. I mean, it was at the very top of the trash can, like sitting above it, but still. If you were on trial, I think the jury would define that as in the trash. In his defense, I've definitely considered grabbing food from the top of the trash before. No, I fucking haven't. I don't consider even like slightly near his fucking going off date in my own fridge. Well, yeah, I think we've all considered it, but the difference is that Robert actually did it. True. Maybe he's the enlightened one. Maybe we're holding ourselves back. Oh. And this is the guy you've got a crush on, yeah? Trash man Robert Small. We arrive at Robert's house and ring the doorbell, but the doorbell won't chime. Must be broken. Craig knocks on the door a few times. Since when does Robert have a dog? I don't know, that's weird. Didn't he find one the other day that, like, chased us around the park? I can hear Robert just inside. 1 second! This is uncharted territory, Cactus. What if he's the one making barking noises and there is no dog? Don't say that, we're not even inside yet. Finally, the door opens. Robert looks a little surprised to see me. Cactus! Didn't know you'd be tagging along. Oh. Did Craig not tell Robert I was coming? Come on, Craig. I can leave if there's not. No, it's fine. Come on in. We enter Robert's living room, which is surprisingly really nice. It doesn't look really nice. Super messy, but still nice. Make yourself at home. We can still hear barking from the other room. I didn't know you have a dog, Robert. Oh yeah, that's Betsy. Have to put her up when guests are over. She'll calm down in a bit. Nice. What kind of dog is she? Pitbull. Rescued her from a dogfighting ring a few years back. She hates strangers. If I let her out right now, I'd probably have to take you both to the ER. Craig and I make eye contact. He raises an eyebrow at me. Oh, okay. Anyways, dinner should be ready in a minute. Hope you guys like ossobuco, whatever that is. Robert leaves the room, presumably to go to the kitchen. Craig leans in and whispers, was the dog fighting thing real, or was he kidding? I don't know. Nice. What's ossobuco? I don't know. Is it anything? Did he make up that word? Until I have ossobuco in front of me, we can only assume so. We sit in silence for a second, taking in Robert's living room. Are we about to get sawed?
Nice.
Incidentally, I've never seen the saws. No, usually you wake up in those situations. We voluntarily walked into this one. Robert finally walks into the room carrying 3 paper plates of steaming food like a waiter. I don't have a dining table. Don't trust them. So we're eating here. How can you not trust a dining table? Also, I don't have real people plates. Hope that's okay. Robert sets plates in front of us at the coffee table. I still can't tell what it is. Looks like meat, maybe lots of sauce. I can make out some veg. I think that might be rice, but it could also be pasta. Guess there's only one way to find out. I take a bite. Oh my god! I take another bite. The medley of flavors in this dish is amazing. The meat is so tender in the risotto. I think that's what it is. It's so creamy. Robert, this is really incredible. You cooked this? I fished it out of a dumpster behind a restaurant. Or at least I think it was a restaurant.
Hey.
Can you believe people just throw this stuff away? I almost gag.
Hey.
I'm kidding. I look over at Craig, who looks wary but still has his mouth full. He gives Robert a thumbs up. Glad you like it.
Oh.
Where did you learn how to cook like this? At a restaurant in Spain I worked. Is he messing with us? I decide to play along. You lived in Spain? After I dropped out of college, I went backpacking through Europe. Crashing on couches, sleeping in hostels, wherever. Totally broke. Worked a couple of odd jobs wherever I could scrape together some cash. One night, I'm eating dinner at this little restaurant outside of Madrid. I go to pay and realize I spent the last of my money on booze the night before. I'm in the middle of ditching when the manager catches me and puts me to work in the kitchen.
Oh.
Long story short, they ended up liking me so much they offered me a job. Why not, right? Started living with some distant relatives on my ma's side. Over the course of 2 years, I worked my way up from busboy to sous chef. Learned a lot. Craig and I wait for the punchline. What night wishman did he swindle to get back to the States? Who did he con in a game of poker in the back room? Of a speakeasy for safe passage in the crew quarters of a cargo ship?
Hey.
Anyway, I still love to cook. I don't know what's real anymore, but this food's so good, I kinda don't care. That's amazing. It really is. To be totally honest, I wasn't exactly expecting gourmet cooking here, especially not served on paper plates. I don't care about presentation. If the food is good, it should speak for itself. This ossobuco is screaming for itself. And paper plates are just as good as regular plates if you double them up. Hey, is it bad if I ask for seconds? Help yourself, but save room for dessert. I made lemonberry sovereign.
Oh.
Well, aren't you just full of... Craig looks over at me. Surprises. Robert winks. You bet I am. My fries is already fucked. You can come over for dinner at any time.
Hey.
Look at his pink slippers. Craig?
Oh.
I'm gonna go get seconds. Me too! After consuming way more ossobuco than my body could handle and then really ensuring a later food coma with a generous serving of whatever sovereign was, Craig and I decide to head out. Thanks for coming. I'm making an attempt to be more social. Well, we're always happy to stop by if you want company, especially if there's ossobuco involved.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Okay. Who are we talking to? I think Damien's already on 2, isn't he? Yeah. What's Craig at? Nothing. Craig doesn't like me. Matt doesn't like me. Brian digs me a little bit. Oh, it says his name right there, look. Robert Small. Yeah, Damien wants me. Hugo's just Mr. fucking boring, but apparently he likes me. What's Joseph like? Let's go to Joseph and see if we can find out what's going on with this fucking weird family. Oh shit, I just remembered what voice I gave him. It's been a long day of clipping coupons. Looks like there's a sale on boxed brownie mix. What happened to me clicking the message button? Oh, there we go. That reminds me. I wonder what Joseph's up to. I should see if he wants to hang out, or if he wants to go to the store with me and use these coupons. Looks like he's online. Hey Joseph, wanna hang? It takes a moment for Joseph to respond. Cactus! Hope you finally recovered from your brownie-induced coma, haha! And I know I promised you a fun hang, but tonight I'm actually chaperoning a youth group mixer. Amanda's invited, of course. If you're not doing anything, you should come. And be a chaperone with me, because I need the help, haha! I think for a moment, I'm a little bummed out, of course. I suppose I just wanted some me and Joseph time. Maybe to get to know him a little better and find out what's going on with his weird fucking wife. Ah, what the heck, my friend needs my help. I type back. Buddy, if you need me, you got me. Just tell me where I need to be tonight. Joseph lets me know the details. It starts pretty soon. I should get ready. I knock on Amanda's door and peek in. Hey Amanda, I'm about to head out. Where are you off to? Are you going to go extreme couponing? I'm actually going to go chaperone this youth mixer dance thing that's happening at Joseph's church. He says you're invited, but if you don't want to come, I'll cover for you. You know what? I'm down. Maybe I can make some new friends. Noah's probably on their fucking MR on the stage. That's a good attitude. I'll have you know that I'm mostly doing this for the potential of free food. Thank you, Amanda. You get 4 daughter points today. Can I trade them in for a daughter lava lamp? Sorry, you only have enough for a daughter spider ring. Or some of those daughter plastic jumpy frogs. I like those things. They try their hardest. It's inspirational. We arrive at the church to find that nobody's there. There are decorations, balloons and banners and everything, but no youths. Jesus is cuming! I've been to a couple of dances in my life. Not that I want to paint myself as some sort of dance expert, but generally dances require people. And those people need to be dancing. All of a sudden, Joseph jogs up to us. He looks frazzled. Yeah, I need your help. Joseph gestures to the hand-painted banner hanging above the church doors. It reads, Jesus is cuming. Yikes. Well, that's certainly a thing. God made all things, Amanda. Except for the banner. Ernest made that. I generally can't tell if he meant that maliciously or if he just can't spell good. You know what good also does? Forgives. Haha. He forgives teenagers and he never ever breaks their box mods. It's a box mod. Are you gonna break Ernest's box mod? No, Amanda. That would be a sin. I think. It's the one right after Sloth. Cactus, I need your help getting this done before anyone sees it. I can swing that. Amanda, can you help? Physical labor, huh? Amanda begins rapidly scanning the most empty room, looking for an escape route of her own. I have to go set up the food. The food's already set up. I'm gonna do a final inspection pass on the food to make sure it's up to code. I'm gonna eat your food. Amanda's able to bolt away from herself, Joseph, and get another word in. Oh, she can really buck you when she wants to. Her father was a giant pair of legs. I dated some giant arms. It took me a while then to remember that I've adopted her in this, haven't I? I dated some giant arms once, but it turned out they were all right. Ha 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 ha. You must have been devastated. It was Armageddon. Ha 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 ha. No, I get it. I'll workshop it. There's a gem in there somewhere.
Whoa!
I'm really glad you're here, Cactus. You enjoying my company, or do you just lure me out here for my strong arms and height advantage? I've got neither of those. A little of both. There's always something with you, Joseph. Something handsome and pious? You're not that pious. Debatable. You just alluded to breaking a child's vape. Ah, that's what it is. I would have lost the debate. You ready to do this? Let's make some magic happen. Magic isn't real, Cactus. God said that. God was also a bush one time. True. Joseph and I grab a stepladder and walk over to Ernest's banner. That turd Ernest had one final trick up his sleeve. Looks like the nightmare is stapled and taped 6 ways from Sunday. I mean, all you have to do is write like one blue line across the top, then it'll be fine. And it is. What happened to your strong arms and height advantage? Right, I forgot about those. But I realised my oversized dad fingers are far too large to get leverage on the tiny staples. You got a hammer I can use to pry these off? Cactus, this is a church. We get a little nervous around hammers. Why? And nails. That's why. I'm kidding. We just don't have a hammer. But we have to hurry. The youths will be here any moment, and I'll never hear the end of it if we don't fix this. Ha-ha! Wait, I've got an idea. I run to grab the marker that Ernest used to draw this thing and jump back on the ladder. We can't get it done, but we can send a different message. I only got one shot here. Let's do this right. I really want to do Jesus is cumin. But how would a marker do that? Fine, I'll do the thing. I'm able to turn the U to an A and add an L. Somehow it's a little tight, but it works. Well, that's true, I guess. Bask in his calming presence, Joseph. Relax. Crisis averted. Let's just hope the youths don't notice. Joseph checks his watch. The DJ should be here by now. Just then, the door swings open and a man struts in with his DJing equipment, which is apparently a microphone and Ugg boots.
Oh, Kirk Douglas.
Wait, you're not the usual guy. What happened to Even? Even knew exactly when to play the Cupid Shuffle. Hey, I'm not Even. Even sold all of his DJ equipment to backpack through Europe, so I'm filling in for him. I do envy him, though. What I would give to drop everything and start over. Ha-ha!
Yeah.
Are you alright? Alright, I'm better than right. I'm DJ Spin Master Quinn. He sighs heavily. I usually do trivia nights, but I moonlight in the ones and twos to give myself a sense of purpose in life. Is he okay? Well, you'll have to do. You have a playlist of fun songs that youths would like that won't inspire impure thoughts or tempt them to the dark side, right?
Hey!
The DJ thinks for a moment. Believe me, buddy, I got what you need. Okay, great. I'll let you get set up. The DJ leaves. Let's keep an eye on this one. He sounded like he was just going to play Creep by Radiohead on repeat. I'll be fine, surely. After some time, kids in the community start filing into the dance hall. Some of them seem to notice our sign hack, but they don't seem to care. Most of the kids group off into tiny clusters, standing in circles and casting sideways glances at the other groups of teens. Man, I do not biss meing a teenager at social functions. Hey, party people! Everyone in the room turns their attention to the DJ. DJ Spin Master Quinn, going at you with the sound of what people want. We're off to a good start. This next tune goes out to all the ladies in the audience. Ladies, let me hear you say yeah! A few half-hearted yeahs echo through the crowd. Alright! He sighs again. Man, it's been a heavy couple of days. This next one's actually just for my wife, Sandra. I hope you can work things out, my little honeysuckle vine. The DJ begins playing Creep by Radiohead. Amanda sidles up to me, pizza in one hand and punch in the other. Creep, huh? Bold chance for a youth group. Let's see where he goes with this. After the song finishes, he plays Creep again. Is the DJ crying? You watch the kids really closely, you can catch them cringe every time Tom York swears. Why? Why would they cringe at swearing in the song? There they go. Maybe we should do something about this. Joseph runs up to us. He's killing the vibe. They're listening to swears. Sad swears. We have to do something. Aha! You guys should try to give him a pep talk. Maybe work him up to Everybody Hurts by R.E.M. At the very least. No Rain by Blind Melon, which I don't actually know. You want to help us cheer him up? Actually, I just saw my friend, Federico. Federico? He's from Latin. I didn't know you were taking a Latin class. I'm not. So he's from the country Latin?
Aww.
Yes, it exists. Don't Google it. You can go, Amanda. It's fine. And she's gone.
I am sad.
Joseph and I make our way to the DJ booth where Spin Master Quinn is having a quiet cry. Hey, bud. Hey, my dudes. How's the party jamming? It's, not. Oh, I'm sorry, fellas. Just taking a moment to find my groove.
Hey.
Gotta play the sad tunes to probably appreciate the bangers, right? Listen, buddy, this is a church function. The songs you're playing seem... they're a bit much, don't you think? What do you mean songs? One song. It's kind of bringing everyone down. You should put on some top 40 stuff, lift everyone's spirits. When everyone's dancing and happy, it makes the good Lord happy. Right, Joseph? The good Lord does love a song that slaps. And he's a minister, so you know he means it. Let Jesus take the wheel here. You want me to place Jesus Takes the Wheel? That is the opposite of what I want you to do. Hey, buddy, if it's problems you're having with... Joseph leans in close to me. What's his wife's name again? I've already forgotten. You're having problems with Sandy. It's Sandra. Oh, whoops. I can help you too. I do counselling. It's my job here, and I'm very good at it. Oh, I don't know. I can tell that you're hurting. Nobody voluntarily listens to that much Radiohead and repeat unless they're really going through some tough times. Trust me, I know.
Douglas.
Did he just say Kirk Douglas? He literally just said Kirk Douglas. Joseph places a hand on Spin Master Quinn's shoulder, who immediately collapses into Joseph's embrace, crying quietly. There, bud. It's gonna be okay. Thank you. I'll put on some dancehall anthems. You're the best, Spin Master Quinn. With yet another crisis averted, Joseph and I return to the dance floor where Amanda's waiting with an ice cream cone. They have ice cream here. Good work, Amanda. How's it looking out there? Well, for a dance, there's not a whole lot of dancing. Looks like people are starting to bail, though. This is a disaster. Oh, this is a disaster!
Right.
Don't be so hard on yourself. This ice cream, top notch. I'm sorry for dragging you into this, Cactus. You and Amanda should just go home. I'm not going to make you stay here for the train wreck. It's not a disaster. We can fix this. I suddenly realize what we have to do. Amanda, get out of here. I don't think you're going to want to be here for this. I'll be seen with me after this.
Huh?
Oh, God. Oh, God, you're not going to? I throw my car keys to Amanda. I'll get a ride back with Joseph. Just remember me as I am right now, not as what I'm about to become. Amanda nods. Nice knowing you, Pops. He runs out the door. Joseph, I'm going to turn it up on the dance floor. With luck, we can get these youths into it as well. No chance. Are you in or out? Joseph stares at me. He knows where he has to be done as much as I do. See you on the other side? See you on the other side. Joseph and I walk out onto the dance floor in the middle of the room. The youths all stare at us, unsure of what we're doing. Time to get our groove on. Let's start them off easy, work our way up to the more technical stuff. Alright, let's rip start this baby. I start lawn mowing the dance floor. Joseph seems to respond that, decides to mow another patch of grass on the dance floor. What's the lawnmower? That's the stuff. I look around. Well, it looks like we got everyone's attention. Alright, Cactus, let's turn up the heat. Ooh, running man. Since time immemorial, this move has never let me down. I start jogging in place, matching the movements with my arms pushing out. This seems to awake something in Joseph. Feels the fire of the running man deep within him. I look around to the youths. They're getting into it. No, they wouldn't be. Keep it up. I think they're coming around. What the fuck's the garbage patch?
Whoa.
You never can go wrong with a garbage patch. Joseph follows my lead. We both take our arms and move them around in a circle, as I assume you would do in a garbage patch. I look around the youths. I think they like agriculture. I think it's working. If we pull the right moves, the kids will join us in no time. Attempt twerking. I'm gonna moonwalk. I start sliding my feet backwards. I can't tell if this looks good or not, but I think these kids have seen enough people doing moonwalks that they understand the general concept. Joseph makes a moonwalk attempt as well. Surprisingly, dude pulls it off flawlessly.
Oh.
I look around to the youths. They're cheering. Alright, time for the big finish. Haha! Oh, I really want to do the unrehearsed backflip, but I'm going to lift Joseph up. I approach Joseph in motion, then I'm about to lift him up. Are you strong enough to do that? No, probably not. I don't know. Without regard for human safety, I summoned all my might and lift Joseph above my head. It isn't quite dirty dancing, but Joseph is a good sport and spreads his arm while I spin him in a circle. I look at the crowd. They seem to love it. They wouldn't love it. The kids swarm the dance floor. They're all laughing and dancing to the music. Looks like our job here is done. Somewhat obligingly, the kids take the dance floor and start to move around. Before long, they're starting to laugh and enjoy themselves. It was dicey, but we've done our jobs. Come on! The rest of the chaperones will take it from here! What? I have something to show you! What are the chaperones? Joseph leads me out to the main floor and down various darkened corridors of the church. I can barely see anything and I find myself tripping over my own feet. Joseph, I think I lost you. Hand finds mine in the darkness. I'm right here! I'm glad he can't see me blush. We keep walking. Where are we? This church is huge. We're almost there. I actually have to admit that I was a little dishonest with you. I didn't just invite you out here to help me chaperone. Fuck off, virus protection. What happened to lying being one of the 10 things you're not supposed to do? I think there's an exception for when you're trying to surprise a friend. Joseph closes the door behind us. I guess we're in a random room in the depths of his church now. What could he possibly have planned? Oh, last time we talked about escaping to an island where we could live out an easy tropical lifestyle where our only worry is trying to find that lost shaker of salt. Since we can't actually do that, I figured I could just bring a little bit of the tropics to Maple Bay. It's not quite Margaritaville, but something like it. Joseph throws on the lights. Welcome to the Margarita Zone! Ha-ha! I look around as my eyes adjust to the light. It's his office, but there are twinkle lights strung across the walls, little garlands of fake flowers, and 2 beach chairs set up in front of the desk. There's a blender and 2 glasses sitting on the table. Ukulele music plays softly in the background. Joseph, this is amazing.
Nice.
Hey, Gregs. There's no pop-tops to step on here, buddy. You did this for me? Joseph takes a seat and gestures for me to do the same. I did this for us. I think we've both earned it. I settle in while Joseph poses both margaritas. I have seen Black Books. It's amazing. From start to finish, there's not one bad thing about it. You really went all out.
Yes.
I have a flair for the dramatic, and you can't lead the community if you don't know how to make a good margarita. I take a sip of mine. This is a killer margarita. I would follow this man. Do you think the dance is going to go okay without her sick dance moves? No, not here. You're missing the point of Margarita Zone. Margarita Zone is a place of rest and relaxation. It's a place where you can kick up your feet and forget about your worries for a while. Ha-ha! Oh, you didn't like that? I think that's cheeseburger in paradise. No, actually, I don't remember that. Ron playing with dolls in the Wendy house. No, genuinely can't remember it. Oh, right. I'm just now realizing that I only know 2 Jimmy Buffett songs. I'm gonna have to revoke your dead card for that one. Yeah, I can't remember. Joseph Justice, the makeshift island bar he's made. You know, it's funny. This reminds me so much of when I was younger. I've been meaning to ask. This is my Mickey Mouse voice from the Kingdom Hearts series. What did you do before you started preaching? It's uninteresting. Haha! See? Mickey Mouse. I left home young and got into a lot of trouble. What kind of trouble? Trouble meant I got to go wherever I wanted, whenever I wanted. I hitchhiked around the country, went on adventures, met all kinds of people, did some stuff I'm not too proud of. Haha! But I was young and in love, and I didn't have to answer to anybody. And now, I host fundraiser car washes and take the kids to soccer practice. On the weekends.
Oh.
Sorry. I don't mean to get heavy here. It's okay. It seems like you spend a lot of time taking care of others, but not enough time taking care of yourself. If you need to talk about it, I'm here for you, buddy. Joseph stares deeply into the blender filled with ice and margarita mix. It's just, I think about Margaritaville a lot, or I guess the concept of it. A place where I could strum on my 6-string while I wait for the shrimp to boil, drink margaritas all the time, forget my worries. It's an easy life. I had Margaritaville once, but I think the closest I'm ever going to get back to it is Margarita Zone. A short and occasional reprieve from daily life. Is that such a bad thing? This is pretty nice. It doesn't last forever. That's the rub. When you're in Margarita Zone, it's not like your problems have really gone away. You're just choosing to ignore them. Maybe you're looking at it the wrong way. Maybe Margarita Zone is actually better than Margaritaville, because Margaritaville itself is an impossible ideal. Remember what Spin Master Quinn said? Sometimes you have to play the sad tunes to appreciate the bangers. If stepping on a pop top is your biggest concern, how could you possibly appreciate the boiling shrimp? And Margarita Zone isn't landlocked to this office. I think it's about finding the little pieces of Margarita Zone throughout your day and taking joy in those moments. That's awfully optimistic of you. Doesn't have to be anything big. For me, I think it's being able to quietly do word jumbles and drink some strong coffee in the morning, to see my daughter smile, or... I smile at Joseph. Spend some quality time with a good friend. And his cock. Yeah? Yeah. I can feel myself leaning closer to Joseph. Is it just me, or is he leaning closer too? Joseph tenses up. He downs the rest of his margarita and hops up out of his chair. It's getting late. We should head back. Joseph and I make sure the dance wraps up without incident before he takes me back to the cul-de-sac. I hop into Joseph's car before he pulls into his own driveway. Thanks again for the help. Thanks again for Margarita Zone. Maybe we'll go back there one day. I mean, it's just on the road. It couldn't be that hard. If you do, it'll be my own damn fault.
Good one.
Joseph chuckles and drives away. I walk into my living room to find Amanda curled up under a blanket and groaning on the couch. Hey, Panda, you feeling okay? Dad! I have a tummy ache. Eat too much youth group food? I drank too deeply from the well of life and now I pay the price. And by well of life I mean the big lukewarm punch bowl of seltzer juice and sherbet. Amanda slides to the floor with an elongated groan. Need anything, kiddo? A time machine that goes back approximately 2 hours into the past so that I can warn myself of the folly of excess. I'll pour you a glass of water. Love you, Pops. How'd the dance go? Oh, I crushed it. Got the kids on the dance floor at the expense of my dignity. A fair trade. Also, everything hurts. I'll see you in the morning, kiddo. Night, Dad. Date complete. Okay, my dad joke apparently didn't go down well, as neither did my mixer.
really fun time.
I keep picking things that put him off. It's been a long day and yet I'm not quite ready to sleep. Usually when I feel this way I mainline investigative TV until I pass out. But tonight I feel like it would just make me antsy. I decided to take a relaxing stroll. After a bit of wandering, I find myself passing by Jim and Kim's. Being of legal drinking age and sound judgment, I decide to stop in. Typically, I try to limit my consumption of alcohol to a set positive example for Amanda. But I also feel a responsibility to play a role as a social agent in a community, and a watering hole such as Jim and Kim's is the perfect place to do it. Also, I desperately needed a beer. Jim and Kim's is lively tonight, the patrons are milling about, and even Neil seems to be having a good time. Who's Neil? Coming here was a good time. Ah, as I reach to collect my beer, I see Mary at the end of the bar. She's not semi-ironically throwing herself all over anyone. In fact, she's alone. She looks so sad. Hey, Jay! A pang of guilt shoots through me. Does she know? Is this because of me? Am I a home wrecker? I decide to go say hello. I walk over to the booth. She doesn't look up. Is seat taken? She still doesn't look up. I take a seat anyways, and she finally notices me. You. Okay, this was maybe not the best idea. Hey.
Hey.
Having fun with your new best friend, Joseph? He's a great guy. I'm so glad. I'm happy for you two. Mary, I'm
Hey.
not... I'd never accuse you of anything uncouth, Cactus. You're just having an innocent, very platonic time with my husband. A supportive friendship.
Ugh.
You're a good friend, aren't you? Oh, let's be a dick. Unlike some other people in his life. So you're an expert on my marriage now? And what does that make you? We were miserable a long time before you started poking into our business. And into Joseph's arse. Don't come around here thinking you're some paragon of empathy just because you got involved where you weren't welcome. Mary takes a long sip of her drink. This was a mistake. You know, you're really not his type. I'm surprised. Mary pays her tab and strides around Jim and Kim's without looking back. Ooh, so he's got previous of bumming people.
You've got dads.
Oh. Dad is on, I'm going to assume. Dadmazon. Dadazon would have been better. Hi, this is Stephen from Dadmazon. I'm out front with your delivery. Okay, yes, I'll be right down. Wait, no, sorry, I need to put on pants first. I can't find my pants, but I'm wrapped from waist down in a duvet. Are you cool with that? I can come back tomorrow. No, wait. I'll be right down. I found some sensible capris. Dadazon. Definitely better than Dadmazon. Ooh, I got a package. Wonder what it is. Oh, I bet it's the package of socks I ordered. I open the box and start pulling the packaging penis out. Man, these socks reek. Okay, that's definitely not socks. It's... butterflies? Oh boy, I almost don't even want to know what Amanda was planning on doing with these. Hey Amanda, your box of dead butterflies is here. What's up, are you sacrificing them? What? You ordered butterflies?
Hey.
You can order dead butterflies online? Wait, so these aren't yours? No, but I'm definitely ordering some right now. Okay, love you. Take a look at the box again. Oh, this is addressed to Damien's house. I should take it over to him. I jog over to Damien's house with the box. I pull back his door knocker, but suddenly the door opens. Mr. Jactor, to what do I owe this pleasure? Whoa, how do you know I was about to knock? I don't know. Oh, okay, anyways. I think this got delivered to my house by mistake. I hand him the box and his face lights up. What a wonderful surprise. I was just about to send a strongly worded letter to the courier service about this. Many thanks. You've missed my fucking Robert and Joseph shit. And you've missed the Mary storyline developing. Apparently, they've been miserable for months and months and months. I'm not Joseph's type, and Joseph does this kind of thing a lot. And all I did was meet him in some dodgy office place. Didn't even bum him. Aye, not to pry, but what are you going to do with those butterflies? Would you like to see? Alarm bells ring in my head. This is how you die, Cactus Jactor. I'm not guilting you for not being here. I'm just telling you the story you've missed, because you wanted to know what was going on between Joseph and Mary. I've just realised that Mary and Joseph, of course they fucking are. Sure. Damien leads me into his study where he set up some sort of workstation. Above his desk is a wall of pinned butterflies, moths, and beetles that I've already looked at. Oh, whoa, that's really something, Damien.
Ah.
I'm quite proud of my little collection. You do all of this yourself?
Ah.
Of course, I find it rather relaxing. How do you... It's simple. Here, let me show you. These aren't quite ready yet. They'll need to be rehydrated overnight so they're easy to work with. I have some over here that are ready to pin. Damien takes a seat at his desk while I hover behind him. He picks up a little triangular paper package and snips off the edges. He pulls out an all-black butterfly and shows it to me. I'm rather excited about this one. It's a turquoise swallowtail. He gently opens the wings, spreading the butterfly out on the table. The backs of the wings are a gorgeous, iridescent green colour. Iridescent. Oh, and the pigment on this one is nice too. All this pinning a butterfly is actually very simple. It just requires a delicate touch. First I'll put a pin through the thorax. Damien slides a pin through the middle of the butterfly and places the butterfly in a piece of styrofoam. He carefully arranges the antennae with forceps and begins placing paper and more pins on and around it. He does this so effortlessly that it's almost hypnotic. And then he gets a pin and moves it slowly in and out while licking his lips, looking at me. I have a frame here that I think this one will look quite pretty in, but I'll need to let it sit for a couple of days until it's ready. And then what? I remove all of the pins and put on display with the others. I take a closer look at Damien's collection. One with bright blue wings keeps drawing my eye. This one's so pretty. Damien takes it off the wall. Ah yes, that's a blue Morpho. One of my favourites too. He hands the small frame to me. Here, I think this would look lovely in your home. Oh, I couldn't take this. I insist, believe me, I have more than enough. Thank you. If you ever have an interest in pinning some insects yourself, you know where to find me. I think I'll leave that up to you. I feel like I'd probably break them in half with my butterfingers. Nonsense, you have beautiful, steady hands. You would make a fine taxidermist. Am I blushing? A strange compliment. Damien walks me to the door and gives me a warm smile as I leave. Do take care of yourself, Cactus. Thanks for allowing me to share my odd little hobby with you.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Okay. I've got a feeling that I've made Joseph and Mary's situation kind of worse. Oh, Mel, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? We gonna go for it and see what happens with these two? Or do I need to go on other dates first? But I want to know what goes on between them. I've got no interest in Craig whatsoever. Like, couldn't give a shit. Again, I don't give a fuck about Matt. He's boring. I want to know what happens with Brian. I've got one more blob there. Again, Robert has become more interesting because of his messy house and amazing ability to cook. Damien, obviously there. Like, third date with him is also going to be bumming. Again, don't care about Hugo either. So let's go see Brian. Hey, Daisy and I are going fishing tomorrow. Are you in or out? Oh no, I've been dreading this day. I accidentally boasted about my abilities as a fisherman at Brian. Now he's challenging me to another dad-off. I've been doing my fishing research online, but I'm nowhere near close to being an expert. Still though, I have to accept I don't know what Toonstruck is, but I have picked up Crypt of the Necrodancer. The Zelda Hyrule one. I type back to Brian. Sounds great, man. Super excited to catch all those fish. And my lawn could use another good mowing. Brian responds back, letting me know that tomorrow he'll pick us up in an hour I had previously forgotten existed. Man, that's gonna be a rough start. Oh yeah, you had to get up fucking early to fish, I remember. Amanda comes into the room from the kitchen, eating a cheese stick by biting it off piece by piece like some kind of monster. I didn't raise you like that. What? It's called string cheese, and not chompy cheese for a reason, Amanda. Did you just call me in here to criticize my controversial string cheese eating technique or what? No, Amanda, we have to go fishing tomorrow. Well, you have to go fishing. I get to play with Brian's dog. How'd I become a master of fishing overnight? You went fishing in the Girl Scouts, didn't you? Nope, my stint in the Scouts was brief and purely transactional. Though I would get free cookies, but I didn't know that I had to, like, be outside and tie knots and stuff. But I have to beat Brian. Christopher Lloyd. Is that Doc? Doc Brown. I've forgotten. Jesus. Ed, let me tell you a story. Do you remember last summer how I applied for a job at the coffee shop across town? Give me a refresher. During the interview, they asked me if I knew how to work an espresso machine, and I really wanted the job, so I lied and said yes. On that first morning, there was a line at the door, and within half an hour, I severely burned my hand, and they told me to go home and never come back. I still have a scar from that. Of course I remember. Christopher Lee is the big old murderer guy. Yeah? Yeah. Of course I remember. What does that have to do with fishing? The burn is a metaphor, Dad. I don't get it. You can lead a horse to water. What do horses have to do with fish and burns? Dad, please. I don't get your obsession with competing against Brian. You wouldn't understand. It's a dad thing. Please try explaining it to me. Okay? Brian's just... He just thinks that he's so much better than me, and he purposely reminds me of that whenever he can. It's like he has to one-up me. I have to beat him at his own game. Is that what you think is happening here? No, Amanda. Okay. I know that's what's happening here. Alright, Pops. We should both be getting some sleep. See you in the morning. Night Pan. They could at least match up the fucking windows to the time of day. They're really lazy with that. I brush my teeth and throw on some pajamas. I climb into bed, set my alarm, and close my eyes. Who the fuck sleeps in pajamas? Okay, sleep. Pardon me, I'm wide awake. I can't help but think about the last time I went fishing, hoping that there's something I can glean from it to give me an edge over Brian. I was about 9 years old. My dad woke me up one morning and told me to get dressed and meet him downstairs. It was still dark out. I had no idea what's going on, but before I knew it, we were both alone in a freezing cold lake. I had to sit there for hours while it got hot and muggy, the air thick with bugs. I picked at mosquito bites while my dad sat in stony silence, fishing pole in one hand and a beer in the other. We didn't catch anything. On the long drive home, my father bought me a pack of cigarettes and didn't say a thing. That didn't help, and I think I have some repressed sadness about my father. I'll deal with that later. I'm sitting on a boat in the middle of a body of water. I can't see any land. There's quite a bit of land there. But I know it's a lake. The water is placid and still. I'm holding a fishing pole. I don't understand why, but it feels like my life depends on catching fish right now. I cast my lure into the water and wait, and wait, and wait. My whole being is filled with hopelessness as I watch the line disappear into the depths below. You used the wrong lure. I'm assuming that's Brian. I look up and see my father. Oh no. Okay. Just as you looked that one cold morning, disapproving. I'm panicking now. I pull the lure up and try to grab a different one, but all of the lures in my tackle box are the exact same. I look up to my father for guidance, but he's gone. Actually, Brian and his dad having the same voice works for this. Because it's quite clearly what's going on. I try casting again, but I can't hold my footing. My boat tips over and I fall into the water. Sinking further and further, I see the multitudes of fish that had been lying just below the surface, all swimming around me as if to taunt me. One fish swims up to me. He has Brian's eyes. You gotta use a neutral buoyancy lure if you're trying to catch trout, buddy. I jolt awake to the sound of my alarm. I bet you shot yourself when that happened, didn't you? It's fishing day. That would explain the weird dream. I groggily slip on clothes and get ready. I think I must have missed your last stream of this, because I don't remember seeing this with you. I spot Amanda's door half open and see her still curled up in a manner of blankets. Walking over to her bed, I give her a tiny kiss on the forehead. Fishing day, kiddo. You ready? Yeah, but usually I watch your stuff on YouTube afterwards. But then if you didn't upload it to YouTube... Yeah, I must have watched it. I always watch your stuff on YouTube. I even watched fucking Kingdom Hearts after you played it. Well, you gotta get up. I can't do this without you. Also, stop sleeping in your clothes. Amanda pulls the comforter over her head. Never. Amanda. I'll get up. In a minute. Alright, Brian should be here in 20, so you better not just go back to sleep. Amanda sticks her hands through the blanket to wave me away. I'll leave her room and make myself some coffee and another cup with lots of cream and sugar for Amanda, whenever she gets up. Amanda eventually wanders in and chugs the coffee while I do word jumbles. I hear the doorbell ring. That must be Brian. Still rubbing her eyes, we walk outside to see Brian. He's decked out in fishing gear. Daisy's falling asleep next to him. Early bird gets the worm, buddy. You ready to fish? I was born ready. My eyes narrowing on Brian. It's a good day to die. Hop on in, guys. Let's get this fishing party started. How can you not be intrigued by this back and forth? It's so fucking intense for no reason. I walk over to the driver's side door and open it. Woof woof. Brian's dog immediately hops into the driver's seat, wagging his tail furiously. Can I see your license, sir? Maxwell, let Cactus sit. Maxwell obediently hops into the back to cuddle with Daisy. Amanda settles in next to Maxwell and Daisy and immediately falls asleep. You ready for an adventure? I'm ready for glory. I struggle to stay awake as we drive to the outskirts of town. Country music plays quietly from the radio as I watch trees pass by. Oh, by the way, I refuse to watch myself back doing this, because I reckon if I do, all of the voices will just sound exactly the same. And it's embarrassing enough listening to me at the best of times. Where exactly are we headed? It's about an hour north of here, a little spot I've been going to since I was a kid. My dad used to take me there all the time. I don't think anybody else knows about it. This is definitely both them wanting to be each other's dads, isn't it? I brought everything we need so that we can catch some trout, have a nice little fire and enjoy the nature. My fishing pole is in the shop, getting it tuned up. Do you maybe have an extra I could borrow? But of course, it's probably not as nice as it sounds like yours is, though. Right. See, I'd have just bought a new rod in this situation. Not that I'd have ever got into this situation, but I would have just bought a new rod ready. I'm digging a hole here. I stare out at the forest lining the highway. The sun... That's not a forest. The sun is just barely over the horizon, scattering dusky pink light through the trees. For a split second, I spot a deer grazing on the side of the road before it leaps back into the brush. After a nice quiet drive, Brian eventually tells me to pull off the highway and onto a dirt road. The car bumps along until we reach a clearing that opens up to a magnificent lake. Well, here we are! I step into the car and help Brian unload our gear. As Maxwell runs around us barking, "Oh, woof, woof!" The kids wake up and wander to the shore, where Daisy tries to teach Amanda how to skip rocks. Brian and I carry the tackle boxes and cooler down to the edge of the lake, where he has a canoe waiting. Oh, great, it's still in one piece. Hold on, help me out with Maxwell. I help Brian place a tiny dog-sized life vest onto Maxwell. Woof, woof! Alright, your turn. Brian hands me a lime green life vest. If I fall in, I'm counting on you to rescue me. Suit yourself. Brian turns to Amanda and Daisy, who are still skipping rocks. You kids want to fish? I'm good with just throwing rocks into the water, which totally won't put off the fish. Yeah, take that, water. Amanda, you're supposed to be skipping them. Is that what we're doing? Daisy, don't you want to fish? I think catching fish is kind of inhumane. We're gonna go explore in the woods and look at bugs and stuff. Alright, be safe. Don't go too far. Brian puts the life vest on himself and we throw all of our equipment into the canoe. Maxwell happily jumps in and takes the place, looking out over the front of the boat. I get into the canoe as Brian shoves off. We paddle together to get ourselves in the middle of the lake. Most freshwater fish usually feed at dusk and dawn, which is why I had to get you up so early. Look, there's fish over there. They have spent so little time drawing those fish. Jesus. What, do they spend fucking 5 minutes drawing this? Look at it. Yeah, I know. That's pretty common fisherman knowledge after all. Fisherman knowledge that I'm knowledgeable about. Still a gambling man? You know it. I am, by the way. Let's see who can catch more fish. You can catch more than one? Sounds easy enough to me. What's on the line? Besides all the fish I'm gonna catch, obviously. I was thinking something a little more high stakes than mowing the lawn. Custody of our children? More than that, let's say, if I win, I get your weed whacker. The Whackmaster 2000? That's a limited edition. They don't make limited edition weed whackers. But if you win, you get my pole saw, the Reach and Cut 3000. The cordless version? That's the one. Jet, the Reach and Cut 3000 is state of the art. My weed whacker's a prized possession, but there are those hard to reach branches at the back of the yard that have been begging for a pruning. Seriously, is this what dads do? You're on. We're shaking it. I suddenly remember that I don't know how to fish. My foolish fatherly pride will one day be my undoing. I watch as Brian ties a lure and does some stuff I can't quite follow with his fishing pole. He casts into the lake. Oh boy, now I have to do that. I stare down the tackle box and the pole in my hand. I really wanted to insult the fish, but I also want to impress Brian. I fish a worm from the styrofoam container Brian brought. It's slippery, but I think I can get onto the hook if I just focus. Oh god, I'm bleeding. The blood's everywhere. The worm is not on the hook. Need some help? No, I meant to do that. The blood attracts the fish. They can smell it up to a mile away. You know. I think that's sharks. No, it's definitely fish. Now what? I take my pole and try and tie an elaborate looking knot to impress Brian, the classic hunter's bend. I learned that one in my youth. Yep, this one isn't coming apart anytime soon. With this knot, I will cast my heavenly line upon the unsuspecting one and deliver unto us a bountiful harvest. I think the fucking competition between them is brilliant. I don't know why you don't like it. It's so fucking funny. I look over to Brian. He doesn't seem to be paying attention. Let's cast this sucker. I pull my rod back and launch the lure as hard as I can. And the lure flies off the line and sails far, far away, landing in the lake with a loud sploosh. Sorry. Yeah, but that's because you kept losing to him. I've been beating him. Sorry, I judged the wind speed wrong. The cold air drives the pressure down. Ha, go ahead and take my pole. I know it's hard switching to a new pole you're not used to. I'll fix up another lure. Brian hands me his pole with a smile. I just sit there feeling like an idiot. Oh, fishing around here is easy. They group up. All you gotta do is line up 3 of the same species and reel them in. Oh, Jesus Christ. I need to match 3 of the same species. I can't tell which fish is which.
Match that fish.
I, cannot even see any fish.
Nice match. Match of the day.
This is so bright and fucking... What? No, yeah, they are different. Okay.
Nice catch. Catch of the day. Catch of the day.
Catch of the day! Wait, where did he go? He was right there. Look, there's 3 there. Why aren't they matching? Oh, because they're different fish.
Nice catch.
That'll be why.
Now you're fishing. Now you're fishing.
I mean, this isn't how you fish.
Nice catch. Now you're fishing.
Yeah, I can't tell the difference between the fish.
Match of the day. Nice match. Now you're fishing.
Some of the fish are so fucking similar, look. Shut up, Brian, I know what I'm doing.
Match of the day.
Match of the day! Am I losing points for fucking them like that?
Catch of the day. Catch of the day. Nice catch.
God, my eyes.
Match of the day.
Well, of course you did. You play games like this all the time.
Rainbow trout.
Okay, what did rainbow trouts do?
Nice match. Nice match. Catch of the day. Match of the day. Catch of the day.
Seriously, what did rainbow trouts do?
Now you're fishing. Nice catch. Now you're fishing. Match of the day.
Oh, they clear the entire fucking thing.
Now you're fishing.
Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. What was that smug look all about? Good work. Whoa, this is way tougher than I thought. This isn't how you fish. I look over to Brian, who's smiling and obviously enjoying his time out here in the lake. I will crush him. Suddenly, the fishing pole jumps in my hand. I reflexively tug upwards. I think I got something big. The tip of the pole deeps down repeatedly, and the line starts to run. Reel it in. I finally get the fish right up next to the boat. It's a long, beautiful rainbow trout. Brian hands me a net. Stop being jealous of my amazing fishing ability. It's all yours. I lean down and notice that my hands are shaking with excitement. This fish is bigger than all the ones Brian's caught. That pole saw is mine. The entire canoe tips over with me. I find myself sinking into the lake. I should have taken the life vest. I did take the life vest. All of a sudden, I'm embraced under the water and pulled into Brian's arms. I'm finally dragged upwards, sputtering water. All of our gear floats on the surface. Maxwell doggy paddles around us in circles, having a great time. You alright? Does that count as one? Well, seeing as all of our fish are now swimming safely back in the lake, I guess so. Brian laughs. Let's get you to the shore, big boy. Brian and I flip the canoe back over and fill it with our now soaking wet gear. I did it intentionally. I wanted his arms around me. We roll back to the shore with Maxwell in tow. Once we get to the beach, Maxwell darts off into the woods. Okay, I expect him to be fatter than that. He's got no back fat at all, look. Once we get to the beach, Maxwell darts off into the woods. Brian takes off his shirt, dots of lake water glistening in the sun across his strong back. Man, all that general contracting must have built that guy like an ox. Sexy ox. That is a much better body than I have. You wish I had that body. I hope he doesn't notice me staring.
Hey.
I'm gonna get a fire going so we can dry off. Wanna hand me yours? Yeah, okay. I reluctantly take off my own shirt and toss it at Brian. I suddenly wish I'd done more sit-ups in my life. Or any sit-ups at all, really. Another thing you've bested me in, stupid sexy Brian. You might as well fry that shirt up. Seems like it's the only lunch we'll have. The day's young. We can fish from the shore. Once Brian gets the fire going, I sit and try to dry off my pants. Brian sets a couple of lures out by the water's edge. We're probably going to have to put the kibosh in the competition for now. Until another day. My stomach growls. You hungry? Oh, I'm fine. I'm hungry. Brian reaches into his cargo shorts and pulls out a few granola bars. Wouldn't they be wet? I have a small child. I'm flushed with snacks. Brian joins me with the fire and I accept a cargo short granola. And now, we're back to waiting. Where did the girls get off to? Shouldn't they be back by now? Ah, I wouldn't worry about it too much. They're a couple of smart kids. That's what I'm worried about. They're too smart. They've probably established a small rural government by this point and installed themselves as leaders. I take a look around at the sun cresting the tree line, casting the entire lake in a warm golden glow. Is Bob the one with the blonde hair and the red jacket? The forest seems to be coming alive now. Birds chirp in the distance. Wow, nature is beautiful. But is he as beautiful as stupid sexy Brian? A mosquito bites me. I slap my neck and curse. Nature sucks. Here you go, bud. Brian hands me a bottle of bug spray. I begrudgingly take it and douse myself. I've always hated how this stuff smells. Really? I've always kind of liked it. Reminds me of being outside. Maybe you and I have different sentiments on the outdoors. Maxwell comes bounding up to me, a huge stick in his mouth. He drops it at my feet and looks at me expectantly. Fake out throw. Gotta be a fake out throw. I wind up pretending to throw the stick. Maxwell runs away for a second and then looks around confused. Brian and I laugh. I toss the stick to Maxwell for real and he jumps up to catch her in his mouth. Is it a little messed up that we're taking advantage of a dog's inherent trust in humans for our own amusement? Maxwell, get over here. I gotta make it up to you. It's time for the pets. What's the plan? But pats never fail. I give Maxwell a few good pats on his backside. While I'm playing with Maxwell, fish begin routinely pulling on Brian's lines. I watch Brian effortlessly fillet the fish, squeezing a bit of lemon onto them and frying them up in a cast iron pan. Before we know it, we have a feast fit for a couple of shirtless dudes. I should probably take the fish out the freezer and cook it tomorrow. I can't remember when I got it now. Amanda and Daisy emerge from the woods looking totally unscathed. Well, Dead Bod Patrol, I'm gonna have to issue you both a citation and demand you both put your shirts on. There are children present. Brian tosses me my now dry shirt. I pull it over my head. Thankfully that I will no longer be distracted by Brian and his pecs. Where have you guys been? Studying entomology. What?
Huh.
We were playing with bugs. I expected you guys to be more covered in like mud and stuff. Daisy looks offended. What do you take me for? A child? Amanda puts a hand on Daisy's shoulder. Right. I'm burping so much tonight. We take a seat around the fire and Brian serves us all generous piles of fish and paper plates. It's absolutely delicious. Why does he have to be good at everything? Fish taste okay? Daisy and Amanda both nod furiously, mouths full of fish. It's incredible, I've never had fish this good. Yeah, it's great. Old Harding family recipe. So Brian Harding is the name then? Why, your pants wet? Well, Amanda, we were out there in the lake and then I accidentally tipped over the boat. Don't worry, all of the gear floated to the surface so we didn't lose anything, right, Cactus? Yes, exactly what happened. I can't believe he just covered for me. Gosh, he even out-humbles me. He's trying to beat me at everything. including my world-famous sense of humility. We finish our fish and end up playing catch with Maxwell for a little while. See, that is much fatter than he actually is. After cleaning up the camp, we pack up the station wagon and let Maxwell into the back seat. The poor pup falls asleep in a cuddle puddle with Amanda and Daisy. They've had a long day. Like, that's the exact opposite of how it works. You wear something that makes you look thin, then you take the top off and Jabba the Hutt. Not the other way around, that's just weird. Been an ordeal today, bud. Let me drive you guys home. I want to prove that I'm most awake dad in the block, but yeah, I'm bit. Fine. As you drive away, I take one last look at the lake disappearing behind us and smile. I rest my head against the window and the low rumble of the dirt road beneath us lulls me into a peaceful sleep. Hey, sleepyhead! I open my eyes and realize that I dozed off in the car. I self-consciously wipe a bit of drool off my chin. Hey, I was resting my eyes. Just in case we suddenly have to jump into any sort of conflict, so I'm super awake for it. And ready to fight. With my strong arms. It's all good, you earned some rest, buddy. Thanks for coming out with us today. I had a lot of fun with you. Thanks for inviting us. I also had a lot of fun, actually. Glad to hear it. Take it easy, yeah? You too, take it easy. Brian chuckles to himself as he unloads the car. Amanda and I get inside and immediately collapse onto the couch. Long day? Yep. I was so close to that pulsar. Pulsar? Yeah, Brian and I were competing to see who could catch the most fish, and... stop! Why do you care so much? Panda Panda, just look at the guy. He's so obviously got my number and he's rubbing my face in it. Dad! I love you. But you're kinda dumb sometimes. Dumb? Or clearly superior, Dad. You know what? I don't have any of the energy required to properly unpack your weird fixation with asserting your masculinity. I'm going to bed. Night. Amanda slides off the couch and face down onto the floor. I'm a tired slug. Amanda, that floor is disgusting. I don't care. Well, night, honey. Night, Pops. Date complete. Big Hawaiian shirt score. Wait, father-daughter time,
Dad blush.
despite the daughters not being there for like the entire time.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Oh, group chat. Hi, are you up to anything tonight? Hugo and I were planning to go to the art walk downtown, and we're wondering if you would care to accompany us. I would normally write a letter longhand, but I've run out of distressed parchment paper. Oh, why can I see Damien on Hugo's chat? Am I a hacker? But I don't even have a hacker, Elias. The feds are going to bust my door down any minute now. I've got to destroy this computer. Cactus, this is a group chat. Oh, thank God. Do either of you guys know how to destroy a computer? You can run Derek's boot and nuke from a startup flash drive, but once you've done that, it's best to physically destroy the platters together. The Victorians were well versed in information security. Cactus, do you want to go see some art or not? Art is good. Let's go see art. Damien and Hugo invited me to the monthly art walk in downtown Maple Bay. I've never really been to one of these before, so I'm not quite sure what I'm in for. I think I'm here a bit early. Yeah, but not boring Damien is there with us. That should keep it entertaining. I don't see Damien or Hugo around anywhere, and I feel just a little uncomfortable standing among all these fancy art people. I turn around. It's Joseph. Oh, fuck, not another voice. Joseph, what are you doing here? Joseph scoffs at me. What am I doing here? How can you ask me that? I'm obviously a huge art,
Ooh.
appreciatorist.
Oh. Ooh.
Okay, fine. Damien invited me to this art walk thing. I'm guessing he invited you too? Okay, as soon as I started speaking that, people logged off. Yep, admittedly a little under my depth here. Thank God. I thought I was going to be the odd one out. Are you allowed to say that? Say what? You know. Thank God.
Oh.
Yep, I actually get double points when I say it since I'm a minister.
Oh.
The points get you into heaven. That's how it works. Anyway, where are the guys? Ha-ha! I look and spot Hugo and Damien, who seem to have just arrived at the gallery. Good eve, good eve, good eve.
Oh.
Evening, friends.
Oh.
Who's ready for some art?
Bad.
Same.
Oh.
All you have to know is that if you're ever feeling overwhelmed, there's generally always a table that has free wine and cheese. I like art now.
Ooh.
I've got the table in my sights. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go help myself to some tiny wines. Oh, no, I need to go. I want to find out what's happening with Joseph, so I'm going to go with him. I think I need to cheese up before I delve into art appreciation. Good idea. Appreciating art does burn a lot of calories. Gotta carb up on these crackers. Joseph and I sidle up to the snack table. There's a pretty nice spread of little plastic cups of white wine, some crackers, grapes, and cheese. This is more my speed. We eat a couple of cheese cubes in silence. These are really good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, wait. These are really good. Yeah, I didn't eat dinner. I think I could probably just fill up on snacks if I'm sneaky about it. The game does end on a third date, yeah, because it reminds you to save and stuff, doesn't it? I already ate dinner, but I will always have room for cheese. I'm going in for more crackers. Cover me. I shield Joseph from the small crowd of mild-mannered art people milling around the room. I don't think anyone's paying attention. We should probably get back to Damien and Hugo. Nah, I'm not going to save scum. That's what you do. Right, let me just fill this cup with cheese first, for the road. Road cheese? The best kind. We leave the first gallery and walk a few minutes before we reach another one. This gallery's a bit more crowded. Huge paintings of... I'm not even sure. Hung on the walls. I want to know about Joseph. I reckon you should... Actually, I want to know about Joseph and... Damien. I don't really care about Brian. I just think it's funny. But you see... If you remember last stream, you were so adamant that I try and kiss Damien, even though that wasn't an option.
Oh.
Oh, jeez. What am I looking at here? This is abstract art. I think the more important question is, what does this mean to you? I stare at the painting, considering as hard as I can in its meaning. It's a butt!
Oh.
Everyone else stares at the painting. Yeah, that's definitely a butt.
Ah.
While a valid assessment, I feel the artist was trying to make a different statement. Probably how much you like butts. You are a servant of the Lord. We're all God's creatures, even butts. Comparing this pace to the artist's bodywork, I'm pretty sure this represents a sense of isolation he feels creating traditional abstract artwork and to feel this rapidly moving towards digitization. Oh, how do you figure that? That's what it says in the placard. Let's look at a few more of these. We walk around the gallery, sampling some of the artist's work. I almost hate to say it, but abstract art is kind of growing on me. It's interesting that the artist chooses not to let their work be defined by realism. As we're looking at one of the paintings, a patron scoffs loudly. Psh! I could do that. Excuse me?
What?
Hugo, not here!
Oh.
No, come back here. The patron walks away, not noticing Hugo fuming right next to him. You say you could do that, but you didn't. You don't seem to have the intellectual depth or the artistic skill to exceed a pace even a fraction as impressive as this one. Art is the true expression of the self, and it seems like your self is bad, so your art would be bad. Hugo's insult game isn't the best, but there's no denying his passion. Damien is holding him back at this point. Friend, he's not worth it. Hugo manages to cool down. He smooths his jacket. I'm sorry, I just love art very much. We know, buddy. I pat Hugo on the shoulder. You know what would ease the mood? Is it cheese? No. It's wine and cheese. Co-signed. The four of us head over to the wine and cheese table, which thankfully is grounded in realism and is actually wine and cheese. We got one last stop in the tour. You're not filing up for it? Is it going to be any weirder than this art? Hugo is just... He's a neckbeard, basically, isn't he? He's an art neckbeard. This is absolutely weirder than this art. Let's do it!
Yeah.
Damien, Hugo, Joseph and I walk over to a performance in the street. Several masked performers in leotards undulate wildly on the ground, screaming both at each other and us. So, quick question. Shoot. What is happening? I second the question. Performance art. What does it mean? Again, I posed a very same question to you, Mr. Jachter. But I believe it's less about what they're saying and more about why they're saying it. I think there's something special about performance art, which almost every other form of art, music, painting, photography, the artist uses their medium as a conduit for their emotions. With performance art, the medium is the artist. It's the purest expression of raw human emotion. It's art as a catharsis. Yeah, but so is like singing. That's beautiful, Damien. They're clearly gonna bum. So what you're saying is, if I start making really loud fart noises right now, it's art as long as I really mean it? Damien fixes him with a hard stare. I was going to start making fart noises, but based on the look in your face, that joke isn't going to play well with this crowd.
Hey.
Ah.
Wise.
Ah.
We watch the rest of the performance as earnestly as we can and clap politely if the dancers scream their way off stage. Ew, I think I'm all arted out. Agreed. We all decide to walk home together. We make our way back to the cul-de-sac, tiny wine and tiny cheese sloshing around in my stomach. I think what I've learned tonight, and not just what I've learned about art, which was nice and extremely informative, what I've learned tonight is that when you put a bunch of tiny wine and tiny cheese together, it eventually becomes regular wine and regular cheese, followed by too much wine and too much cheese.
Oh.
The tiny cheese lulled me into a false sense of security. I felt safe with the tiny cheese. Wax wings too close to the sun.
Oh.
Cheese wings, those would melt in the sun too, and I feel like it's more appropriate imagery. Fuck off, Hugo. Plus it'd be delicious. A nice Emmentaler, perhaps. Emmentaler? Don't get the joke. I can't be a good enough dad.
Oh.
Hey, if you guys were painters, what would you paint? I actually dabble in oils. I mostly paint landscapes. It's not very good, but it's a nice way to pass the time. Well, Emmental is the cheese, but I just can't work out what it's trying to be. I think I'd focus on personal portraits of people in unique professions, like, for example, luchadors.
Haha.
I think I'd paint boats, seascapes, maybe some lighthouses. Mostly boats. Really?
Hey.
Yeah, I'm surprised you're choosing boats in favour of a long history of religious imagery in artwork. What? Boats are cool.
Oh.
What about you, Cactus? Why can't I have butts?
Ah.
Art is a money-making business. I know what sells. We finally get to the cul-de-sac. Alright, boys. Good art. Good art. Agreed.
Hey.
See you guys around? Whether you want to or not, we're all neighbours after all. I head inside to deal with my inevitable cheese over. Yeah, I've got no idea what that word is trying to be.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Ding. Oh, no ding. Okay. So Damien, Joseph and Brian are all surely third dates now. Yeah. And I just don't care about the others. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Yeah, I don't care about Matt. Didn't you do lots of Matt stuff? I picked the 3 interesting ones. Okay, random number generator. Okay. Damien is number 1, Brian is number 2, Joseph is number 3. Let's see. Ready? Generate. Result number 1. It wants me to pick Damien. So you want me to do all the last dates? I really don't care about the others. See, that's the problem. I don't know if I'm going to even be able to save Scum. Okay, let's find out Joseph first. I really want to see Joseph again, but after that weird encounter with Mary. Not sure why that's popping up. I don't know, he's my friend, right? I should be able to hang out with him and it not be weird, right? Right? The computer pings as a message flies into my inbox. It's Joseph. Hi Cactus, we should hang out. Like, actually hang out. No manual labor, no impromptu therapy sessions with sad DJs, no kids, just you, me, and the open ocean. Wait, how are we going to get to the open ocean? How are we going to get to the open ocean, you ask? Good question. Whoa, prescient. If you're interested, I'll meet you down by the marina and you can check out the goods, if you know what I mean. I mean my yacht. Let me know. Joseph owns a yacht? Joseph owns a yacht? I'm as surprised as you are.
Oh no.
You've been holding out on me, your only daughter, whom you love. What? What do you think? That having me as a father would somehow afford you the fringe benefit of getting to go on a yacht?
Huh?
What else did it get me?
Ugh.
Your words cut deep, Pops. Real deep. Dad, if there's one thing in the world that's better than a dog, it's a yacht. A yacht dog. You and your yacht dog. That's a bond forged through the trials at sea. Relax, kiddo. Joseph's invited me onto his yacht. It's going to be a yacht of fun. I'm glad you're excited, but that doesn't mean you get to start throwing out puns. Why yacht, Amanda? Well, I gotta go get ready. To go on my friend's yacht. I start to walk away, but Amanda stops me. Hey! In all seriousness, I hope you have fun. But make good choices, okay? But Dad! Don't stay out too late, or you can't go to Jennifer Longfall's birthday party this weekend. She promised me she would promise me. Oh, prompose to me, but ended up going with Logan Crutchfield. Oh god, is prompose a real thing? I'm not going anywhere near that party. Good bit, Dad. Good bit. I respond back to Joseph, letting him know I'll be there. A quaint marina complete with local mom and pop shops and a small diner frame the bay. I've gone for a few walks by the bayside to stare enviously at all the nice boats before. Joseph should be around you somewhere. Is it just me, or are you also going to be disappointed if this doesn't end up with Mary straight out murdering us all? Gosh, this is fancy. I feel a little out of place. Hey, Cactus! Joseph! Where are you? Up here! I look up. Joseph waves to me from atop a huge yacht. I've never been on a yacht before. You never forget your first. I glance at the name on the side of the boat. The Cum Guzzler, huh? I inherited this thing from Pops. Real fire and brimstone type. Loved yachts. So what's the plan, Captain? I figured since last time we went a bit sideways, we could cast a lot out in the open sea, wrestle with Neptune, set sail on the seas of adventure. You're kind of a goofball when you're not wrangling your kids, you know. Joseph smiles and winks from his perch. I have no idea what you're talking about. Joseph hops down and extends a hand to me, helping me up onto the yacht. I'm thrown off by how soft his hands are. Does he moisturize or what? Cactus, stop thinking about his hands. Pure thoughts. You're going to be on a boat alone with Joseph on the open ocean. It's a yacht. He's married. It is fine. This is fine. After undoing the mooring and climbing into his captain's seat, Joseph slowly takes the boat out, ringing the big steel bell with extra emphasis even though nobody else seems to be around.
Oh.
Nothing off. Boat launching. Man and boat. Launching is one. St. Peter navigates out of marina and into open water, with Joseph doing the occasional steering flourish as the boat bobs along with the waves. He seems a lot more relaxed out here. Joseph is definitely in his element. This is the part where we wrestle Neptune, so please remove your shirt and roll in some talcum powder.
Oh.
Can do! I dramatically pull off my shirt, my dad bod illuminated in the reflection of Maple Bay's rippling water. I am strong. Not bad. We might have to tag team Neptune together. I'm suddenly worried that I haven't applied a strong enough SPF sun cream and might get a sunburn. I put my shirt back on. For a while we watch the trees and waves pass us by. Where are we going?
Oh.
A little further out. It's a lot quieter once we get out in open water.
Oh.
Plus we can see whales. Whales are cool. Ha-ha! I don't trust whales. Nothing should be that big. Noted. Joseph maneuvers the boat past some boys. He sighs. Wish I could get out more often, but you know. Family. Saving souls. Wife. So many souls. I can barely hold them all. I watch Joseph work the boat. Despite his age, he doesn't look like he's slowed down at all. He looks like 25. And from here, I can see how toned his muscles are. Impure thoughts. Joseph and I boat in silence as the bay gets smaller and smaller behind us. I decide to take a peek over the edge of the ship. The wake this thing kicks off is intense. I wonder if Joseph would ever let me water ski off his yacht. Hey, dolphins! Joseph, there are dolphins! Oh, you're scared of whales, but not dolphins? Hey, Dio. I saw your reflection somewhere. I feel like there's an unspoken truce between man and dolphin. I'd be more than comfortable riding a dolphin into battle. Dolphins are way more dangerous. They sometimes drown their babies for fun, you know. And I trust nothing on the open ocean. I like to think that I'm pretty cool. Alright, Joseph, it's you and me versus the entirety of marine life. I yell out to the ocean. You tell him, Cactus. Oh, you tell them, Cactus. And here we are.
Oh.
Cactus, welcome to the ocean. I look out into the vast expanse of blueness. Yep, that is the ocean. I'm suddenly struck with an overwhelming sense of claustrophobia despite being in a wide open space. I'm on a boat. With a handsome man. A handsome, married man. And there are whales beneath us. Nothing should be that big. It's a little daunting, isn't it? Do you trust the whales? You know there are more dangerous things in the ocean than whales, right? Like tuna. The tuna is an apex predator. What about sharks? Sharks are tight. It's the tuna you've got to watch out for. And the whales. Hey, want to look out wistfully over the sea with me? Joseph and I head to the bow of the ship to do some quiet contemplation. You know, Shh! Quiet contemplation. I'm alone with my thoughts. Cool.
Yeah.
I look out to the sea for a bit, then over to Joseph. He looks so commanding as he surveys the ocean. I feel like he really is at home in the water. What Mary said to me at the bar, I can't stop thinking about it. Is she right? But she's terrible to him. He's unhappy. He deserves better. I don't know what to think about this, but I just feel so drawn to Joseph. I should say something. So, about Mary. Joseph continues to stare off into the distance. It's, well, if you really want to know...
McDonald!
Suddenly I hear a splutter come from the engine room. Joseph runs over to the boat's controls and taps on some dials. I guess we can talk about Mary later. Oh, okay, so, we might have a small problem. What small problem? We are out of gas. The whales are gonna get us. The whales siphoned our gas.
Oh.
It's okay. I can just call one of my boat buddies to come throw us back in. Joseph pulls out his phone. Just kidding. I can't do that because there's no service. I check my phone. I don't have service either. Should we just submit ourselves to the whales? Well, I do have an old radio in the office, but it's broken. Are you handy with tools? I'm a dad. If the radio is anything like frantically putting together a bike on Christmas Eve, it should be no problem. Let's take a look at it and see what we can figure out. Joseph directs me towards the radio and showcases its insides. I don't know how radios work. I think there's just some frayed wires in here. If we can reattach them, we should have a working radio in no time. We stare into the interior of the radio. I'm not even entirely sure what I'm looking at. I don't think Joseph knows either. You know what? Let's just throw some stuff around in here and see what works. Minigame? Minigame.
MacGyver, that radio!
Rubber duck's gotta go in. Plug. There you go. Plug. Condom. Ah! I'm the best! Hey, it works, kinda. 'Cause I'm the fucking best! The radio springs to life. Whoa, we did it! Joseph speaks into the receiver. Hello, hello, can anyone hear me? Haha! He tries a few other channels, nobody responds. We might be a little far out, I don't think there's anyone in range. How big's the range? Well, this radio came with the boat when my dad bought it in the 60s, so not great. That's reassuring. Now what? There's worse places to be stuck on than a yacht. Wine? Wine! I keep a couple of emergency bottles below deck. Want to go grab some while I fiddle with this radio some more? Let's see. Wine, boxers. This is quite clearly his sex pad. Why is there a whale? It's got to be around here somewhere. Melissa, you behave there. For an old yacht, this lounge is pretty high class. Wood panels and everything. Leather couches. It's like an old Playboy photo shoot in here. Oh, a California King. Swanky. It's unmade and a little messy. Less swanky. I think you deserved it for that. For an old yacht, this lounge is pretty high class. Wood panels and everything. Leather couches. Like an old Playboy photo shoot in here. There is some clothes strewn on the floor by the bed. Socks, slacks, yep, pink polo shirt. Well, I guess now I know if Joseph prefers boxers or briefs. This place seems a little lived in. For an old yacht, this lounge is pretty high class. Why does it keep repeating that? Hey, wine glasses, I must be hot on the trail. But, no wine. I grab 2 glasses and get back to searching. For an old yacht, bloody 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 blah. It is clearly an on-sea shag pad, yes. And he clearly fakes the engine himself. I take a look at everything on the shelf, and then I wake up dead underwater. There's a few photos in the wall here. Looks like a picture from Joseph and Mary's wedding day. So which one's Joseph and which one's Mary, do you think? Nice grandpa glasses. Looking real slick there, Joe. Another picture of Mary and Joseph in this very yacht. Quality 90s fashion right here. Mary still has her patented stink face, but at least Joseph seems happy on the water. Hey, it's all the dads. Looks like it's from a couple of years ago. Fucking boat orgy. Robert's actually smiling and wearing a sweater. I know that sweater. And there's one guy in the end that I don't recognize. Hugo's ex, maybe? And hey, here's Joseph's go-karting with the kids. That's fun. I take a look at everything on the shelf. Looks like a bunch of different Bibles. On brand. A couple of old vet magazines, I guess those must be Mary's. Wait a minute. Is this... Well. No, the hot body shoe is on the other hot body foot. I take a look at everything on the shelf. If there's one thing Joseph does right, it's the odd stuff he puts on shelves. I take a moment to closely examine what I think is an old submarine clock. Ah, and there's the crosses again. Boy knows his crosses. Really cool design too. No, I didn't get it either. I think they were alluding to something, but fuck knows what. It's a sturdy cabinet, a little dusty, and I bet there are some treasures in here. Look, you can tell a lot about a man by how seriously he takes his fire safety. Nice, Joseph, nice. Examine flashlights. Well, this is a solution to a different problem. If we're stranded out here for days and run out of electricity, we'll need these. But the chief concern right now is wine intake. Hey, it's wine, a whole drawer full of wine. It's a yacht club miracle. Toilette Rouge, huh? Come to daddy. Finally, time to get back up to Joseph. I bring the wine and glasses up to the deck and find Joseph still hunched over the radio. Cactus, wine, good to see you two. Just in time for the sunset. I didn't take you for a drinker. Haven't you heard? I'm a cool minister. Oh, cool. I can land half of my kickflips. What is that, like 4? 5 on a good day. Pour me. Balls, I wanted a power pour. Oh, this is how you do stranded at sea. We clink our glasses and drink up. This wine's not bad. There's a hint of... Am I tasting grapes? You have a discerning palate. Oh, you have a discerning palate. It might be grapes. Not the same without music. Joseph and I lounge on the deck with our yacht wine, taking in the ocean air. The sun starts to dip below the horizon. We could be stranded out here forever. I can't think of anyone else I'd want to be stranded with. It's just you, me, and all those whales. So many whales. Killing the vibe, dude. Revive the vibe, Cactus. Generally it takes 3 days and a gigantic stone door rolled in front of a tomb. But I think we can save it. Yeah.
Oh.
Back to whales, huh? I'm trying to alleviate my fear of whales by making jokes about them because I don't have any healthier coping mechanisms. Cheers to that!
Lawrence of Arabia!
Did you just say Lawrence of Arabia? Oh, it's a wine joke. Wines have body.
Oh, Kirk Douglas!
It's a really rewarding series, Cactus. Oh no! Hot Body was the book we found downstairs. And I think we found them in his house as well. They're intimate stories, not unlike Chuck Tingle. Look, you have fun with your word jumbles. I'll enjoy the well-crafted narrative excellence of a highly regarded serial. Of sex books.
Oh.
Detective novels. Sexy detective books featuring a hard-boiled gumshoe who can't be held down by the law, or by love, or by the mystery of the Spanish lover. You read them too! The author really hit a strider on book 17. I go take another sip of wine, but stop myself. Is wine an acceptable beverage in Margarita Zone? That is it, Cactus. All beverage of leisure are welcome in the Margarita Zone. This is almost what we wanted, right? Strange that. No responsibilities, no worries, other than possibly dying out here. And the whales. But yeah, I say we're in the zone. Joseph and I clink our wine glasses again. To the Margarita Zone. Wasted away again. If you have any salt shakers, we can arrange them into a pentagram to summon Jimmy Buffett. Maybe he can save us. As a youth minister, I make pacts with neither the devil nor island jammers. If we're to get off this boat, I will be by the grace of God. Am I putting you off by using this voice still, by the way? Or Steely Dan?
Good one.
Ha! Amen! Our laughter dies down. We're both silent for a moment, looking into each other's eyes. Joseph leans in closer. I feel myself doing the same. This is a bad idea. This is a bad idea. I can't help but feel like doing this will only end up hurting someone else. But his face is real close to my face.
Right.
Cactus, I have to tell you something.
Mm.
Mary and I are done. I pull back. I think about the clothestring around the lounge, the undone bed. Are you living on this boat? I didn't want to mention it, but... He sighs, strolling back to the controls of the boat. I lean on the console next to him. We had a very long talk, and it's unsalvageable. I'm staying here until everything's sorted out. Oh, I'm so sorry. If there's anything I can do... I'm fine, actually. Ha-ha! It was a long time coming.
Oh.
For the first time in a long time, I'm seeing a path to happiness. And now I can focus on myself and stop trying to deny the things that make me happy. I need someone who will be there. Someone kind and honest. And yeah, it's a lot more boring that they've broken up. And you deserve that, Joseph. You really do. Anyway, I've been having this crazy feeling there's someone who I could get in the habit of having around. Someone very close to here. Is it Wales?
Oh.
I mean you, dummy. Oh.
Oh.
I was trying to be subtle. I think I'm picking up what Joseph's putting down. I lean forward, closing the gap between us, when Joseph grabs the receiver. Come in, is anyone there? Oh, no! Over! We're stranded out in open waters. We've been out here for hours. Please send help. Over! But wait, are you guys gonna kiss?
Cracker Barrel.
I mean, what are your coordinates? Over! Cactus, have you been leaning on the talk button this whole time? I look down. Oh, I definitely have been leaning on the talk button. Betrayed by my own butt yet again. I didn't lean on it. You leaned on it.
Cracker Barrel.
Neither of you were leaning on the talk button. We didn't hear anything. Over. Hey, were you listening to us? Sir, we here at the Coast Guard are professionals. We are not doing that. But as professionals, it seems like you deserve happiness and we think it's closer than you think. Over. How soon can you guys be here to give us a tow? Over. Well, pick you up in the morning. Sounds like you two have some stuff to hash out. Over and out.
Oh.
Wait! Silence. Nobody returns our radio call. This is very accepting. Coast Guard.
Eh.
I think they left. We stare at each other for a second. Well, Joseph carefully places the receiver on the table, making sure the talk button isn't pressed in. Well, okay. Joseph grabs me by the shirt and pulls me into the kiss. His lips are soft and sweet from the wine, and his skin is still warm from the sun. I reach for his belt and pull him even closer, running my free hand under his shirt and up his side. He pushes me against the boat's console, kissing down my neck. Come on! His hands drift to my thighs and he effortlessly picks me up. Whoa, Joseph carries me below deck. I'd be lying if I said I hadn't fantasized about this, but I didn't think he'd be so aggressive. I've wanted this for so long. He throws me onto the bed. I let out a little yelp. Lots of time to kill, Cactus. We better get started. Am I going to get banned from Twitch by the next cutscene? Oh man, I might have overdone it on the wine last night. Just a few more minutes of sleep will do just fine. Wait. I open my eyes to find Joseph's face a few inches from mine. An arm slung around my waist, he's sleeping peacefully, his hair is mussed and his lips still a little red. Must? The fuck is must? I think this is what I was talking about when we were discussing Margarita Zone, finding little perfect moments of joy. Like the way the light falls across Joseph's face, or how he's still holding me tight, even in his sleep. I'm very tempted to curl up closer to him and keep sleeping, but I know the Coast Guard will probably be here soon, and I'd like to be wearing clothes when that happens. I nudge Joseph. It takes a couple of shakes before he blearily opens his eyes. When he notices me hovering over him, he breaks into a huge grin. We should get dressed. Joseph pulls me in for a kiss. Do we have to? Another kiss. Stop trying to tempt me. Fine, fine.
Yeah.
The Coast Guard eventually shows up and tows us back to the bay. They, thankfully, keep their comments to themselves. Joseph and step off the yacht, and he walks me to my car.
Oh.
I had a great time. Me too. No thanks to the whales. Shh. Shh. You're on land now. They can't hurt you here. Take care, Joseph. You too. He gives me one last kiss on the lips before he turns around and walks back to his boat. Well, I've been gone an entire day. Hopefully Amanda's alright. Amanda, I'm... Dad! He runs up and hugs me. I was genuinely concerned about your well-being, but up and closer inspection you seem to be okay. What happened? We bummed. But it was okay. Because I was on a yacht.
Huh?
Weren't you scared? Your father feels no fear. Were you able to take care of yourself for the night? Yeah, I just did a ton of drugs, vandalized a few cars, and then embezzled some funds from my school. All in all, pretty low-key night. Where'd you learn that from? I learned it from you, Dad. Well, if you did, you would have funneled those funds through a legitimate cash and carry business, fudging the books over the course of years so you don't arouse suspicion from the feds. Rookie mistake,
Oh.
Panda. I'm glad you're back in one piece. Did you make good choices? Yeah, I think I did. But hey, I'm starving. Want to make sandwiches of whatever we can find in the fridge? More than anything, Pops. Date complete.
Yeah, I mean,
Only an
yeah,
A?
great. That was fun.
Only an A? What would an S have been? Woo, I think I have everything finally set up. Amanda should be here any minute now. I think that's a car in the driveway. Okay, gotta act natural. Be cool, Cactus, be cool. Amanda walks through the door with a suspicious look in her face. Hey, Dad! Off to a good start. Something fishy? Rats. Who are you think you are, my daughter? Well, literally my entire life, yes. Well, that's not true. You're adopted. It wasn't for her entire life. I'm kidding. You're right. I have a little surprise for you. Yeah, I can tell. You're very bad at lying. Amanda, my dear, would you care to join me in the kitchen? Father, it would fill my heart with glee. What the fuck was that voice? I lead Amanda over to the kitchen table where a present lies covered under a tablecloth. It's nothing special, but I wanted to get you a little something. You graduated high school last week, and I know you told me not to make a big deal about it, but... Oh, Dad, you... I dramatically whip the cloth off the table. Amanda's jaw drops. No way! I figure you probably won't be able to get cable in the dorm, so I thought it might be nice to take a piece of home with you. A DVD box set of long-haul paranormal ice road ghost truckers. This is all 19 seasons! And bonus material, including commentary with actual ghosts featured on the show. Dad, I love this, thank you! He gives me a big hug. I'm glad you like it. Hey, you want to hang out with me in the backyard for a bit? Toss the old pig skin or something? Totally! I follow Amanda to the back door. What? You told me not to make a big deal, but you seem to have forgotten that my entire mission in life is to make a big deal out of your accomplishments. So consider this your graduation party. Surprise! Dad, everyone's here! Well, yeah, everyone wanted to come and support you. Is there a mac and cheese bar? Sure it is, fully customizable down to the type of mac. And there's an ice cream cake, the good kind with crunchies in the middle. I don't know what to say. Don't say anything, just go have fun with your pals, alright? Look, no one actually cares about Amanda. They just wanted to see what the dads did. I'm so proud of you, Amanda. Amanda smiles and runs to her friends. I should make the rounds and make sure everyone's having a good time. But first, mac and cheese. Oh no, Mary's here. With everything that's happened between me and Joseph, I should be a good host and say hi to her. But I don't wanna... That is so you. Come on, Cactus, you can do this. I walk up to Mary. Hey. Hey. You been good? Just peachy. I have to go over there now. That went about as well as I could have expected it to. Cactus! Brian, you made it! Ha! I don't pass up on good mac. What do you think of the party? It's not bad. Just not bad? Yeah, it's not bad. Don't let him bait you. Don't let him bait you. Thank you for the lovely compliment. Sure thing, pal. Say, let me know if you want to head out on the lake. I'd be happy to pull you out of the drink again. Deep breaths. Daisy trots up. Hi, Amanda's dad. Hey, Brian's daughter. See how that feels? This is a really great party. Thanks so much for inviting us. You're very welcome, tiny child who knows how to pay a compliment. Brian and I lock eyes. This isn't over. Hey, bro. I'm sorry, but that is just the cutest kid. It's the only cute kid ever. Bro! This is a real rager, taking our older age into consideration. I'm trying to be in bed at a reasonable hour tonight. Don't let me get too wild.
Hey!
Don't worry, dude. I'll keep an eye on your fruit punch intake. You know, I'm really glad we're bros again. Me too, dude. Seriously though, they've drawn that kid really cute. Look at it. I have no interest whatsoever in ever having kids, but that is a cutely drawn kid. Brian and Hazel peek out behind cactus. Hey, little ones. Hello. Hiya. Thank you for all that ice cream cake. Wait, girls, how many of that did you eat? Brian ate 4 pieces, ask any witnesses. No, I didn't. Hazel ate 4 pieces and he wants to pin it on me because we look alike. I have your face. Nobody will ever believe you. Oh boy. I'll let you guys figure this out. Good seeing you, Craig. Let's hang soon, yeah?
Hey.
Totally. Tell Amanda congrats from us. Hugo comes up to me with a plate of mac and cheese. The perfect cheddar to mac ratio. Beautiful work, Cactus. Thanks, Hugo. You know, I'm really pleased to see Amanda going to a dream school. I'm glad she turned it around for finals. Me too. That scholarship money will really help. Amanda walks by and pretends to not see Hugo. Amanda, come say hi to your old teacher. Hey! Congratulations on graduating. I know you're going to do great things with the art school. Haha, yeah, thanks. Finger guns. Wait, I just realized that you're not my teacher anymore, so I don't have to be afraid of talking to you. You no longer hold power over me.
Ah.
Alright, go forth, adult. I can no longer give you detention. Yeah, I'm gonna break everything I want, and there's nothing you can do about it. Are you still mad about the time I gave you detention for breaking my globe? Nope.
Oh.
And I'll have you know that the globe didn't even fit through the basketball hoop in the first place, so... You'll fit into college just fine. Hey! Hey. Robert gestures vaguely to the snack table. Good stuff? Yep. See you later. Hey, man. Matt. Let me know when Amanda leaves for college. I'll have a fresh batch of right said banana bread ready for her. Thank you, I know she'll love that. What a splendid garden party. My deepest thanks for extending an invitation to my son and I. This icebox cake is fine. Yeah, thanks dude. Good cake. I don't know why he's suddenly brummy. Thanks for coming by. The sun is setting and everyone seems to have eaten their fill. As the party starts to wind down, I take a seat next to Joseph. Joseph, it's so good to see you again. Great party. I should have you organise our next youth group mix-up. My dance skills are ready whenever you need them. Hey, if you aren't busy this weekend, I was thinking we could maybe catch a movie or something. Yeah, that would be fun. Or we could take the yacht out again and bum. Joseph sidles up to me and presses a kiss against my neck. Wait, this feels weird. So, guess things are still friendly with Mary? Yeah. We're actually staying together. What? Why? For a lot of reasons. There's the kids, for one. And the fact we have to be a pillar for this community. So many people look up to us as the model marriage, and I would love to let my parishioners down.
Oh.
But that doesn't stop you and I from, bumming. That's not what I want, dude. I know it's not perfect, and God, how I wish it were. If it were up to me, you and I would be sailing the 7 seas in search of Margaritaville. But this is real life, and all we can do is find Margarita Zone wherever we can. Aha! I look down, too nervous to respond. I feel his hand on mine, but I don't pull away. I'll leave you to think about it, but just know that you can reach out to me. Or anything. Joseph gets up and walks away. I don't know what to think. The last guests begin to make their way out of the party. Amanda wanders over and sits down next to me. Killer party, Pops! What can I say? I was inspired. So, I also have something for you. For me? Why? Not to be completely genuine about my feelings once or anything, but growing up wasn't easy, but it could have been a lot harder if it wasn't for you. Dad, you've been there for me through everything. There's been times in my life where you were my only friend. I was really scared of going to college and being so far away from you, but I realized that everything you've done for me has been to prepare me for this, and I'm ready. I wouldn't be who I am today without you. That's just the wrong voice again. You're the best, Dad. I love you. And I'm crying. Anyway, that was enough emotional vulnerability for one day. Present time! Amanda hands me a tiny wrapped package. Just like Joseph did. Tear the wrapping off to find a framed picture of me and Amanda. It's us! Kinda shocking all of our photo albums are just pictures of me, huh? I figured we need at least one together before I leave. Amanda, thank you. How did they get him without him noticing then? Watching you grow up has been the hardest experience of my life. You're such a talented, intelligent young woman, and I'm so excited to see what the future holds for you. Knock him dead, kid. Always do! Amanda and I share a hug. This is only the beginning, Pops. Plenty more memories for us down the road. Memories to make and stuff to break, right? Oh, I'm gonna break so much stuff. Intentionally and unintentionally. You're probably gonna have to pay for most of it. It would be my honor. Amanda and I wave bye to the partygoers as they leave. We sit together and watch the sun slowly dip below the horizon. I'm glad you made some friends. Yeah. I know that's maybe not what you were looking for, but these people care about you. I love you, Dad. We'll always have each other. You're right. It's going to be hard at first, but this is the next chapter in our story, and I'd be nervous about it. But I know that you're always going to be looking out for me the same way I'll always be looking out for you.
Got this.
Team Jacta? Team Jacta. Oh, it's Tyler Hutchison. I follow him on Twitter. I'm wondering if what you do on the dates actually affects what happens at the end there. Because I fucked up the dates with him so much every time. It was like B's for most of it. If I'd have got S's with him, maybe he'd have chosen me instead of his wife. You missed most of the game. I'm going to stick it all up on YouTube though if you want to be really boring and watch that. I didn't skip a ton of it, I just didn't give a fuck about 3 of them. And if you want to see Robert, you're going to have to play and stream it. Otherwise, your device. Dream, Daddy. Daddy. Okay, there's a lot of mini games here I've not seen. Daddy. He's Stephen Babcock. Daddy. No, don't know any of those people. I'm not sure that dads would really be that impressed that they've dedicated a game about fucking dads to them. Daddy. Daddy. And that is it. That is the end of Dream Daddy.